Hello everyone, welcome back to Interview Buddies. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to get consistent JSON schemas from any AI API or any LLM model. So we'll talk about with few examples and why it's necessary. So before I start with its uses or use case, just consider this example. So on my screen I have this text pad open where I have a curl request, and here I am making a request to Cohere, and I am asking it to write a poem a moon about the moon and return it in JSON format. So if I run this example on the screen, you see how it created a JSON, which is fine, which is what we asked for. But it has like a poem title, and it has a verse 1, verse 2. So the poem is divided into multiple verses, right? Now I'm going to ask the same thing with another API, which is Gemini, and I'm like the message is similar. I'm saying write a short poem about moon and return it in the JSON format. So let's see what it's gonna return. It's pretty fast, and it returned the poem. And now see, look at the JSON format here. It says that uh, it's a poem object, and it has the full poem within that particular key, right? So this is the difference between two API calls. Now what will happen? So let's say you are building an application and you need a JSON in a specific format all the time, and you cannot afford to change your application code as per the JSON is returned from the API, right? So you need the JSON in the consistent format. So that's why consistent JSON schemas are very crucial for building your applications when it comes to LLMs or any AI model. It ensures predictability. It ensures efficient storage and retrieval. You can analyze things better. You can reduce complexity. You can enhance collaboration, and many other benefits of that. Um, so so how we fix that, right? So let's say I want my poem, which is returned from the API in a specific format, and let's say the format is this. I want the poem object, it should have a title and actual poem within it, or let's say lines which contains the actual poem. So how do I direct my API with this prompt that I need the poem that you're writing, I need the poem in a specific format, right? So let's take the first example of Cohere. Here you see the first message is same, like written in the JSON format, and then I'm directing it to read the particular JSON schema, which says poem, and it should have a title, and it should have actual lines of the poem, right? And the same prompting I'm doing for Gemini, where I'm saying that here's my schema and return the JSON in this format. Okay, so let's run them one by one. First Cohere. Before that, let me clear my screen, both sides. All right, so let's run Cohere first. Okay, so here is the JSON return. It says that maybe you can't read it properly, but let me move it to a text editor so that you can take a look at it in a better way. All right, so this is the JSON object, and it has multiple /n's. This is what we get from the APIs, so that is fine. But the main thing is that this is the poem object. It has a title which says that Moonlight Sonata, like this is the text, it's randomly generated, which is okay as well. and the lines are here, and you see there it's not divided into verses or anything else. It's just one, like everything is within this key lines, right? So let's do the same thing for cohere, and let's assume and hope that it should return the same thing. So okay, so it's pretty fast, and here is the JSON format, and I'm going to put it below the cohere JSON, and you see it also have a poem object. It has a title which says Moonlight Reverie, and the lines which contains everything, you know, about the poem and the actual poem in it. So that's how we can actually direct or prompt our API or AI API. It can be ChatGPT, Cohere, you know, whatever API you're planning to use, Gemini. You can direct it that I want my data to be written in a specific format, so that when you are writing an application, you keep that JSON data in mind, JSON structure in mind, JSON schema in mind, and then you can write it. And then later, let's say if you want to switch from one API to another API, you know that you'll always get the data in this specific format. So, and you don't have to worry about, you know, changing it later. So that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to hit subscribe button. Thank you very much.